All right, hey, we're gonna get some work done this morning. So let's see where we're at on the channel. All right, cool. Yeah, looks like I'm there. That's some good richness. Okay, cool. Good volume. Liking the sound. Give me a hot second here while I get my snuff situated. Copy, paste. Here we go. And the social medias. Link. Okay, so hey, my name is Theurgy. I create role-playing games, I illustrate them, and I publish online. And we are creating an adventure for the Eberron campaign setting in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. We'll be publishing on the DMsGuild when it's complete. It's called Crystals in the Bar. You can see the cover here on screen. It is an adventure for 4 to 5 characters, level 7 to 8. You're fighting necromancers and undead in the Carnwood of Carnath on the continent of Corvair. Alright, cool. So my social media is done. Let's go to swapping my screen around. And I'm on the X Twitter platform. If you are as well, I'm at Theurgy. That's where I post notifications when I'm live. Early looks, works in progress, coupons, and notifications. Worth noting, actually, is the Subclasses Revived. There was a cool article about it in Polygon recently, but we are 20 sales away from gold medal. So if you want to check this book out, 69 subclasses, all of the ones that weren't included in the Player's Handbook 2024. We updated them for 2024, me and about a dozen other people, cracked it out in October. And it's doing really well. It's getting really good traction, and it's getting good reviews. So check it out if you want. Otherwise, here on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications when we're live in the future. And here is a slew of books that I've created already. You can tag along for the full playlist here, 360 episodes on YouTube right here, including the creation of this book cover around episode 40 and the lettering around 260. And right now we're doing page layouts and spot illustrations. So here's page 5. Where we're looking at weather conditions, visibility, icons, conditions and terrain for difficult terrain, exhaustion, heavy fog, light fog, piercing damage, poison conditions, sicken. These are different hazards that can be in a region or an area. And then as if on cue, we're looking at short and long rest options, and we had a 4th page here at the bottom, or rather a 12th of a page. Granted, this is a 17 by 10 page. It's got a 16 by 9 aspect ratio that fits really well on tablets, on the horizontal alignment, and if you zoom in, the 10 by 5.5 inch space here also matches up really well in the 16 by 9 aspect ratio for phones when you hold them vertically. So horizontally, full page, vertically a single column. So this would be a 5 inch, like a 2. It's roughly. This is roughly a 5 inch by 3 inch illustration here that we're working on. So it doesn't have to be too intense, but we want to get it right. So that's what we're working on. That's one of the things that we're working on. In addition, actually, let's go grab our book here real quick. Why is my brain breaking? There. Let's crack this open. We'll drop down to the page. I'm going to do some extraction here real quick. So this is page 24, 25, 26. We're still working on page 27 and 28 and 29, but that'll finish the village. It's a 104-page document. The back 23 pages are taken care of already. The first 23 pages are taken care of already. Right now, we're just working through the encounter layouts for the undead attack in the village. We have the initial description of all of the different buildings as social encounters when you're talking to villagers and stuff, but then one of the optional encounters is that the village is attacked and everyone is killed. So you're fighting undead and looking at corpses and digging through evidence of stuff instead of talking to people. So we have a full page for the warehouse inside the silo, as well as inside the storage facility. And then we have 2 pages dedicated to the commons hall, to the front and back of the office, where different undead and information is available. And then we move into the Carnwood, which will be Region B, the next area, the next location that the team can move into. And we'll continue moving through this. So as it sits right now, we're approaching, what is this, the 26th of November? I suspect by the end of the weekend, we'll have this section done. And then Monday, when we're back, we'll be, at that point, working in the Carnwood specifically, which is already largely completed. It's that stuff is looking good. But I also wanted to take an opportunity here to extract page 25 and 26. So we're going to do that real quick and start dropping pieces in. Page 25 and 26. Document without property or structure tags. Background. Filigree. Duplicate those layers into a new document. Yes. File. Save as to computer. Crystals in the bar. Art. Huh. Something's off. Hold on real quick. Production. That's where I need to be. 13 to 15, then 16. $13, $14, $15. $16. $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20. So that should put this at 21. That's 22. So this is 21. 20, 19, 18, 17, and then 16. Does that jive? 16, there we go. 16 to 21 should be correct. And this is page 22. Good. Good. And now we've got... That's the wrong one. 17 and 18 for now. So file, export, PDF. This is 16. So it needs to be 17 and 18. Those are the two that we're working on specifically right now. Thank you, Timely Timer. 16 to 18. Options. Pages. 16 to 18. Document without properties or tags. Pub. Populate. 1, 2, 3. Looks good. Let's drop that out. Get you out of the way. Back to here. File. Open. One, two, three. Pop, pop, pop. 18. 17. 16. Copy, paste, remove, copy, paste, remove. Take the filigree to the top. Call this 18. 17. 16. Yeah, that all sits pretty. So let's go to 17. We're going to gather pieces. I'm gonna hit save there real quick. I'm gonna hit save down here real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and allow myself to be distracted here with this map, because this is one of the things I need to be doing. Crystals in the bar. Art. Act 1. Region 1. Thorpe. And then Bloody Thorpe. I should rename this to Undead Attack, but it is what it is. We're going to go through the same process with this village as we did with the last one, and extracting all of the individual pieces. I need to bloody this place up a lot more than it is. But first, let's get rid of the roofs. Yeah, this could be a lot more violent. Well, I mean, this might not be able to be a lot more violent. That's very violent. And we have some violence going on here as well. I think we'll end up bloodying this place up a bit more. But regardless, for now. Yeah, we need a separate section for this specifically. That was a good decision. All right, let's start extracting elements here. So we're going to grab the bunch of this. Copy. Why are you spinning wheels? Forest path. Constabulary. We shouldn't need all of this, but we're overcompensating on purpose. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Put the text on top. Yeah, let's do that. It's pretty. And then we might not necessarily need the clearing, so let's focus on constabulary, which is here. That fits pretty nicely. I think we can do a better job with it. Doesn't really give us any room for the exit, but I think I'm okay with that. I could try to squeeze it in, but it doesn't feel necessarily natural. Let's work the problem where it's at. And then we'll figure it out from there. So let's get this all squared away here. This is the way. This is appropriate size. I am very pleased that this is how we arrange this. Looking good so far. Here we go. Like this to keep from invading the borders. Maybe we do like that. There we go. Clean that up a bit. Yeah, I don't see any room for the forest path exit. That's okay. We don't need the forest path. This was not necessary. It's just an open hole, so let's just skip that. Now we're looking at grain mill, smithy, stables, and community well. So let's see if we can extract these elements and have them all work together. Grain mill. Oh, this might work out. These are the stables. Grain mill, smithy, stables. Community well, off screen. Might just cut the community well from being anything of interest. We could do that. If we did that, can we arrange this? All right. So what I'm thinking is the community well has some sickly dogs that are not actually necessary on this page. So let's dunk on that. Let's move the text to the front. Village stables. So let's take bring those down, and then let's grab the village smithy. Yeah, let's line those up like that. So we can take the grain mill here. Hold on. I want to bring that back. Smithy. I feel like I've done this format already, but if it works, it works. But does it work? That is the actual question. Let's move this to here. And we got these two things. We could smithy, stables, Stables will fit fine here. That's good. Wait a second. There's technically nothing going on at the grain mill or a smithy. It's just investigation. There's actually no real violence in the area. Do I not need? Do I not need the map because there's nothing really visually going on? It'd be an inconsistency. I'm not sure if I'm cool with that. But there's nothing going on here. And there wasn't any violence at the smithy. I mean, well, there was. But do I need to depict it? It's just a visual thing of, yeah, there's some splatter marks that led away. Not 100%. I am not 100% on this right now. Here's your stables. Here's the smithy. No, I don't think that jives. So this would be smithy, and this would be stables. Thank you. Can I? Could I? Would I? Be able to drop in a piece like that? Drop in here like that. What if I were to... Cool, we're doing good on time. Grain mill. What if I were to... Grain mill. I did it this way instead. Oof. The well almost fits. Oof, that's a lot of overlap. I could do that and skim off that bottom bit. Could make those three fit. Not liking that the community well doesn't actually have any presence here, though. Shit. Tricky. This is a tricky one. All right, let's put that back to there. We're gonna figure it out. I could put the community well with the commons, since they're so close to each other. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll shift that back to there. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe that's how we'll do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe that's the right way to do this. So I don't actually have to worry about save changes. No, I'm not gonna say. Okay. So yeah, getting rid of the well is the right thing to do. So scrap that bit. Stables stays where it's at. There's a lot of open space. It's fine. You got open room. Okay, cool. So let's take that there again and bring it into alignment. Cool. Okay. Here is it a lot. It is a lot of open space we're leaving down on the page. I feel like stables is good. Here. So I've got some space I can add in some text. It's no problem adding flavor text. It's getting rid of text or rearranging the size of the map that can be problematic. So I have these three structures here. We're now able to 1 and 2. Those are fine. I've got a little extra room if I need it. That's good. And here, we definitely have extra room. Yeah, okay, so that's good. So let's start working this in. I think the community well is going to end up over back a few pages with the Commons Hall. That seems to be making sense. I'm getting really hungry again. His constant need for fuel is just infuriating. I love this fade effect. This in real nice and subtle. I don't know what the framing is going to be yet. This is just a placeholder border that we put into place. We'll see how that ends up. bit. Oof. All right, that's where it cuts off. That's where it cuts off. So let's just deal with what we got. Probably are going to need a bigger area of effect. But we don't have to worry about it quite yet. So obviously we have a little bit more room on the page. Constabulary is looking good. This is looking a little cramped, honestly. It's the right place for it. It's just crowded. That's all. Come on. Let's drop that opacity down a little bit so it doesn't smudge so hard. Fade into the environment a little bit better. Feels pretty good. Let's just trim this edge a little bit over here to round that off. The best of music. Smooth jazz. Ah, ah, ah. K-Y-O-T. The coyote. Ah, ah, ah. Alright, that feels pretty good. Yeah, we got some gap here that we can fill in. That's okay. We'll fill it in. This just feels a bit too much. If you take, you can make. I would love to open this space up. What happens if what happens if I get rid of this? Or rather, what happens if I can trim this down a line? Actually, let's do it this way. So if we get rid of that, it feels empty. If we add it back in, it feels crowded. So how do we resolve? What happens if we trim it a line? And then put gap in between. That feels less crowded. It immediately feels less crowded. So our objective, if we choose to accept our mission, and now this becomes more centered up. That's good. Let me push this out a bit. It just feels right. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Okay, cool. So I've got that. Now let's go back into here and see if we can arrange that text real quick. Drop that down a size. This is how we make Christmas, folks. I could either get rid of a line here or get rid of a line in the constabulary. One or the other. I like this line break here. Make an intelligence or wisdom investigation check at DC 15 to reenact events described above and find a small till box underneath the bed. While exploring the village square, loud sounds like combat, shouting, and spell casting attract undead roaming in the region. Roll 1d6 on a result of 1, a pack of undead attack. During combat, roll 1d6. During combat, roll 1d6 at the beginning of each round. If the result is equal to or less than the number of rounds currently spent in combat, a pack of undead arrive. Limit 1 pack per encounter. See, undead pack attack above for more details. Shit, I've trimmed this thing pretty down. I've trimmed this pretty thin. I'm not sure how else I'm supposed to necessarily trim that down. But I only need one line. While exploring the village square, loud sounds like combat, shouting, and spellcasting attract undead roaming in the area. During combat, roll 1d6 at the beginning of each round. If the result is equal to or less than the number of rounds currently spent. Number of rounds spent in combat. During combat, roll 1d6 at the beginning of each round. If the result is equal to or less than the rounds of the number of rounds spent in combat. Number of rounds in combat. There it is. If the result is equal to or less than the number of rounds in combat, equal to or less than the number of rounds during combat, a pack of undead arrive. During combat, and during combat is a horrible way to frame a sentence. So during combat, roll 1d6 at the beginning of each round. If the result is equal to or less than a number of rounds spent in combat, damn it, a pack of undead arrive. Limit once per encounter. See optional encounter 1 undead pack attack above for more details. Okay, cool. So we resolved that pretty well. Let's bring this in and then drop it down a bit so it opens up some more space in the middle. That's about as thin as we can get it, but I'm okay with that. Could instead bring this down to here. Where's my anchor at? I don't see my anchor. Weird. Anchor's got to be around here somewhere. Thank you. There it is. cute. Come on. Let's get this. There we go. Much better. Let's do that. Cool. Now we can rearrange this, since this is now the right size. Haha. Grab this. First off, let's merge this down. Yep. Line those up. There we go. I bet this balances better. It does. That actually balances a lot better. Having that thickness in the middle here put too much weight on the upper left-hand corner. This actually feels a lot more balanced now. Very pleased. Very, very pleased. How we doing? 41. Got 10 minutes left. Good. This is feeling really, really good. I'm happy with this. Another good page. So we can let that one sit for now. 16's looking fine. Back to you. Ugh. Blah, ugly. I like this. I like this general breaking up the map into smaller pieces and adding it to the section. That's working out really, really well. I'm kind of liking that I've got these extra gaps. Almost poured my drink on my keyboard. Knock it off, Kearney. I could probably add some additional flavor text to the... Just like include some undead. Just add a tagline about how many undead are around. That'd probably be fine. Cool. Okay, well, let's just let that sit then. And let's make this blending work here just to get it taken care of. And then we'll call it a day. Okay, cool. So last night was my last Monday night stream. Oh shit, I'm totally using the wrong layer. Yeah, so I'm gonna hit save while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, yesterday was last night was the last Monday night stream that we'll be running for a while, assuming that we're able to keep our playtesting going. The Martial Powers playtesting from level 3 to 10 in the Mega Dungeon is ramping up. So next week is the official first session of the team getting together. Session 0, building characters, blah blah blah. So that'll go well. That's happening on Monday night. So our the playtesting on Monday is going to last probably assuming that everything goes well and we can sustain the team, it'll go into June. And continue to clean up our border here a little bit. So instead, we'll be doing Monday Monday lunch stream. It'll be a little less time spent, but it opens up. I need that design space open for the playtesting. Playtesting is so important when you're building mechanical systems. I can see people getting away with not playtesting like a subclass if it's not being very innovative and it's basically curving into mechanics that already exist in the game that are pretty well established. That's fine. When you're building an entire Magic system, you need to test it. So I'm excited about that. And I also like the Beckme style dungeon delving that we're looking at to help facilitate the testing. The first playtesting, or rather the playtesting that we've done back in April, in the Rubble Belt, in the Hexcrawl style, there's too much downtime and exploration to make it focused enough to feel appropriate to test out the martial power system, considering how much of a game D&D is combat focused. I liked how the Hexcrawl worked. As a DM toolbox, it's really good. And I'm looking forward to building that out into a piece for people to utilize. But it wasn't the best playtesting, and I'm afraid that I ended up losing some potential willing participants because it wasn't focused enough. So that is something I lament, but it is what it is. If that is what it is, then it is. Oh well. Everything happens the way it should. We got some really good feedback and did some really good design changes off of what we were observing in the April testing, which is why it's so important. A lot of the changes that we have now going into 2024 was a result of that playtesting. So 2024 is turning out to be a really fucking great addition for efforts of design. Players have more options now, which is cool. I don't necessarily know if this is better for the DM at all. DM feels like your task is mostly unchanged and that we haven't really gotten any real quality of life improvements to the DM overall. Regardless of whether you're familiar with the 2024 versus 2014 DMG or not, I will argue that DMing hasn't changed at all. I think 2024 DMG has made prepping easier, and for you to like grok what DMing is in general, I think that is an improvement. But I don't think actually DMing has improved at all as a result of the 2024 endeavor. Hey, who am I? What do I know? Let's drop down the opacity here and just blend this in a little bit easier. There, that feels good. Now let's round this one out. Similarly, blend this out. It's not perfect, but that's okay. I can tell this isn't very exciting to watch. It's kind of like drying paint. But this is a lot less work than like the campfire painting that we're doing. So all of the 300 some odd episodes we spent prior to now to get all these assets designed is paying off. That was the appropriate way to do this. There we go. Over, up. Blend. There we go. There, and there. Okay, cool. So far this is working out. When we get into the actual dungeon, the underground dungeon, this is going to work out really well because most of the rooms aren't this size. So this is actually going to work out really, really well for us. I predict Hey, not bad. I'm so far so good. We have some extra space here and here for extra flowery description if we wanted. I know that I was being conservative on the text when I originally built this, but now I see that I have more space available so I can add into that. That's actually really great news. Let's go back to 1 through 4 or 1 through 7. You can open, buddy. Oh shit, 756. Okay. Well, apparently that's how I spent my time today. Sorry, false advertising with the image here. Didn't really work on the camp much today. We ended up working on the buildings. It's a holiday week here in the United States. We're going to have Thanksgiving, which is a celebration of immigration. Ironic. Very ironic. So that's on Thursday, which means I won't be streaming on Thursday, but I have Friday off as a result of it, which will result in me streaming a lot on Friday. So we'll do some artwork in the morning like usual, and we'll be doing an extended lunch stream from like 1 till 5 potentially, working on martial power stuff. We'll see. We'll see how far I get and what I get done, but I'm looking forward to it. And then Saturday we'll be back at my workbench again as well. Drop this to here. This is starting to feel really balanced, and that this character's starting to snap into focus proper. This bottom feels a little heavy. That's starting to feel really. I don't think I like that sword though. Here in the fire, I feel like it needs to shift again. So let's put that there. And that's going to let us take you there. I don't want them too close to the fire. It's going to get hot. And let's go with the campfire here, and let's actually make it a little bit thicker. And I want to give it a little bit of a tweak. Oh, that actually feels really good. I feel like this composition is starting to balance really well. Hey, what's up? Well, I really appreciate that. My day is just about over. It's here in Seattle. I work till 8 a.m. and it's 7:59. So I'm gonna be kicking out of here, and as soon as I get done thanking you for showing up. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I stream 10 times per week, Monday through Friday in the morning like this. I design, we're basically creating an Eberron adventure for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. It's called Crystals of Mabar. It's in the Eberron campaign world for if you're into D&D, stuff like that. Level 7 to 8. It's the full adventure we've created here. We're on episode 360, so we've created all the map assets, token assets, all the things that you need to do to run it inside of the game itself. Now we're filling in the gaps for where these different map components go, and doing spot illustrations for the spaces that don't like you can see here. Like we're creating these little icons here to indicate, like if it's difficult terrain, then we have a little footstep icon. Exhaustion, we've got somebody snaring. These are different like conditions that you have to worry about in different areas of the map. Here's different visibility conditions. We have a weather table for when you're outdoors. We're talking about taking rests to regain resources. Since we had a little gap here at the bottom of the page, that's a good little place to put a little vignette piece, like just a little illustration to fill in that gap. So, yeah. As you wish. Be welcome. I'll be back actually today. I'll be back at 1:30 Seattle time, which is 5.5 hours from now. So I stream Monday through Friday in the morning. I have a lunch stream on Saturday that goes from Seattle time 9 till noon, which is 2 hours, which is an hour from now I would start. And then on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, I have a lunch stream roughly around 1:30 till 3 Seattle time. Pacific time, and then Thursday night I have a stream as well. I was doing a Monday night stream, but last night was the last because I'm going to be playtesting 2024 alternate mechanics for the next 6 months with various participants. But yeah, we do mechanical design during my lunch stream and my evening stream, basically building out mana like Magic the Gathering mana systems, using color magic to express your characters instead of the default magic system that Dungeons and Dragons uses. But I don't know if you're a game enthusiast or not. So, right on, man. Well, I appreciate you swinging by. I gotta bounce. If you want to, like I said, 10 times per week. If you want to tag in, like, subscribe. You can check out all the books that I have listed down below. They all have 100% free preview on DMsGuild.com. You can see the kind of work that I produce to get an idea of what my finished work looks like. And if this stuff is cool, then yeah, swing back by and we'll keep doing stuff until we're done. So here's another page. Here's another page we need to work on. Like here's some of the illustrations that we've finished already. Your characters are deputized, so you get a badge. I need to change the numbers on the badges, but you get a badge for your character as a signia of identification that gives you the authority to ask people things. And here's Sheriff Ingotrive, who deputized you in the first place. He's your point of contact in the adventure. Anyway, yeah. Oh, right on, man. Oh my God, yeah. Show up later on today. We're rebuilding the Ravnica, Theros, and Strixhaven backgrounds and renown system to use the 2024 mechanics, and I've got a thick document that you're going to be interested in seeing. So yeah, swing by. It's anytime. That's it for now. I'm going to bounce out of here, and anyone else that catches this in the future, thanks a lot. I'll see you guys later. Cheers.